Hi folks, Jack Spirko here again, co-founder of Gen Forward with another question for you. So yesterday my question for you was if you could ask one question of one of your family members from the past, who would it be and what would you ask? And we got a lot of great responses to that question so far. If you're still thinking about it, whenever you come up with an answer, post it in that video. But I got another question for you today. This one, instead of thinking backward, now let's think forward after we've had a time for some reflection. So what I'd like you to think about is someone in your family, a young person, and when they're older, what might you want to tell them at that age? What question might you ask yourself now to provide the answer for them then? Or what's going on right now that you want to make sure that they know about? Well, my son is 25 at this point. That's something that makes any father feel old when your son's in his mid-20s. And then becoming a grandfather, that makes you feel old. So I have a 4-year-old grandson. He just had a birthday. And his name's Braylon. And he's in the why stage. Why? Why? We have to go now. Why? Do you have to take a bath now? Why? Why? Right? So one of the things I'm going to make sure that's in my profile is simply to let him know when he's in his 20s and he has a little boy and that little boy is going, why, that he did it too. I think we tend to have a lot more patience as parents with our children and our grandchildren when they're exemplifying behaviors that a parent finds frustrating if we have a grounding and a remembrance that we did it too. So that's one of the things. So I want to know what kind of things you guys want to preserve for those kiddos today that they may not appreciate for 10 or 20 years. Because get them down now because you won't remember to do them later. That's why we've built Gen Forward. Little side note before I close today. The why thing kind of bugged me. It's like everything is why. And there's a tendency to say, because I said so, especially when it's like we're leaving now and you're having your schedule altered by a 3-year-old. I don't want to do it, so I'm going to say why. So I researched this, and I found out something. This is the other type of thing I want to make sure that I'm leaving in my profile for my son, my grandson, and future generations. Children of that age do not use the word why the way that we do. If I tell you that yellow and blue make green, and you tell me why, you want a technical explanation of why yellow and blue make green. You're literally asking what we mean when we say why. Not kids of that age. The reason they use why so much is it's one of the words in the vocabulary that's universal to them. And in many instances, what they're actually saying is, I want to know more about this. Tell me more about this. Let's keep talking about this. But as adults, we want to get instant solutions. So that's made me a more patient grandfather with a grandson that always asks why. And so that's the type of information that I want to pass on to my future generations when I know they're going through struggles of parenting and grandparenting and dealing with, well, tyrants. When a child is about 2 to about 5, they enter what I call the tyrant phase. And you can only do so much negotiating with a tyrant. But since it's a tyrant you love, it's worth understanding them. So that's why I want to preserve that.